So we here. Um, yeah, man. So I seen this come across my timeline. Salute, welcome home, Ralo. But as we know, it's been allegations going around, and little Boosie, made some strong, you know, allegations on on how he felt. And like I said, Rilo has a lot of influence in Atlanta, and Boosie also has influence, and they both, you know, powerful men in their own right, in their own fields. And things can go left because salute to Boosie. He speaks his mind. He speaks about certain things, and I understand it. I understand it, but as you be on social media more and more, you start to learn like certain things are just not for social media. Certain things shouldn't even be spoke on. Um, because it causes a lot of confusion and unnecessary conflict. Now Boosie, he provides a lot of employs a lot of young men who might have been otherwise doing crimes or into the street and stuff like that. And so does Rilo. So both of these brothers do things for their communities and for their people. And they used to be into the street life and all of that, and they became rappers and got into the music industry. And together, they used to be, you know, cool and all that. And together, people like that can make a big difference and help out. But when you bring, the street politics and all of that into, social media or entertainment and things of that nature, things like this happen. Sky Swizzy, salute. So now we got two brothers, in the entertainment industry who have money and influence and really don't they really don't get in bed with the industry only to a point. So we need brothers like this in the industry to provide opportunities and make a place where people can go that don't really fit into the industry standards and things of that nature. So for them two to have a conflict, that's a win for the other side. And as you know, once the bloggers and everybody gets involved, once you put it out there in the public, things may have been said or feelings may have been felt that you can't take back or can't things can't be resolved because it became public. So instead of celebrating this man's release, it's questions. Now people are putting certain allegations and jackets, and so it's kind of bittersweet, I believe, for him and his people. But in this social media world, these are the things that happen, and people speak about they're against violence, black on black violence. When people speak about the police, people always ask about, but what about black on black violence and things of that nature? But then you have people facilitating, perpetuating, throwing fuel on certain fires that may cause people to lose their lives. But for the clicks, the views, the clout, you know, the money, whatever have you, for whatever reason that people get on social media and fuel these fires, that's not helping to prevent black on black crime or whatever people speak about. In fact, that's helping fuel the fire. That's helping to cause more. So I always speak about people, giving attention, or any publicity is good publicity, especially inside the rap industry. Everybody knows this. So for people to come along and give publicity to the negative things that happen in hip hop, or with a certain culture, you're only promoting them. You're only making them known. You're only making more young people mimic these people because they see that you're giving them the attention, instead of not giving them the attention and giving the attention to those artists who's not speaking about violence and things of that nature. So from a young person's mindset, they say, "Oh, I'm trying to get on." The people who rap like this with this conscious stuff, or this positive stuff, I don't see them on DJ Vlad. I don't see them on Academics. I don't see them on Adam 22. I don't see them on these platforms. So why would I pursue a career with this type of music when it's not going to go nowhere? If I rap about smoking the ops and spinning the block, then I can get on. So now, young people who wasn't even thinking about doing that, now that's an option that's on the table. Because if you're desperate to get out your situation, you have people who sell drugs, rob, do all types of stuff to get out certain situations. So if all you have to do is rap about smoking on your ops and spinning the block and all of that, you think these youngsters ain't gonna do it? Lisa, salute. Madden, what's going on, my brother? Right. Boosie, he is kind of doing too much. But as I said, when you first get on here, but by now people should, get this down pat. But back in the days, artists had publicists, managers. You had to go through people before you can even talk to the artist. So sometimes you never spoke to the artist. But now with social media, you can get directly to the artist. So a lot of these artists, they don't know about how to carry themselves in a certain manner. So they get taken advantage of by promoters and and people trying to do what they trying to do. Before it was a filter, these people were filtered out, backgrounds were checked. So social media gives people access to things they may not have had access to before. But the only messed up thing about that is people don't understand that it's something called media training, acting classes, is artist development. Because just because you're talented and you know how to rap or sing or dance doesn't mean you know how to handle business. I know, I know, I know. So I don't know. Hopefully, nothing comes of this, and hopefully both sides, you know, keep it off of social media, and hopefully, both sides have control of their people, and nobody, jump out the window or do something to start something that is going to not only be uh, a bad thing for the culture, for hip hop itself, for Atlanta, because you already got Young Thug out there going through what he going through and all of that stuff, and all the people out there in Atlanta going through what they going through. Stacks De Niro, salute. And I tell you, like Ralo, Boosie, they know some people. They run, so shit could get real. It could get real, real fast. So hopefully, man, that brother come out, everything go right. Him and Boosie may hopefully they settle their differences and they could get back to making Atlanta great again or whatever they doing. Because if these two have a conflict, it may even split Atlanta, the rappers, the music scene. Because some people may take Boosie's side, some people may take Ralo's side. Then they not gonna be working with each other. And you got to remember, before Ralo went down, he had a big movement going. Pilato, salute. Yeah, Young Thug, man. I don't know. Maybe the way stuff is looking with the whole Young Thug thing, maybe it's a chance, for him to get out. Because when I first heard about it, I thought it was like a federal thing, but I'm thinking it's more of a state RICO, and a lot of stuff has been going on in this case. It's just been all over the place. So it's a chance. It could be a chance, man. Free Young Thug, man. Free all, everybody who down. The real Ming, salute. And free the guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, hopefully something positive comes out of this for the culture, for the music, for the fans, for everybody. Hopefully something positive and not negative. Because and the sad thing about it, if something positive do come out of this, people will cover it, but they won't give it the same energy if something negative turns up. So say, Boosie and Ralo, have a sit down and settle their differences. People might cover it and all that for a little while. But if they was to go back and forth with these, the allegations and this and that, people would love that. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people it's content over everything. This is entertainment. People see this as a business, an opportunity. So, controversy sells, negativity, overshadows positivity. So even if people may care and may want people to do the right thing, if they do the wrong thing and it's trending and people can see if they cover it, there's a come up in it, they're going to do it. It's sad, but that's what it is. And the most disheartening thing about it is we always used to complain about, how the media misrepresents us. We don't have our own voice. And now here we got all praise to the Most High. We got our own media platforms, our own voice. And what are we doing? We misrepresenting ourselves. So the platforms that's out there, and it's not many that represent us in a good light, the culture in a good light, you know, the music, and all that, who cover those type of people who are trying to do things for the community and the culture and uplift and positive things. We have to protect those platforms. There's not many of them, even though it may be popular, to tear hip hop down. And another thing, a lot of people claim, they come for hip hop. Did so much for so many people, and it's sad when the people who prospered off of hip hop misrepresent hip hop. When they say, "Oh, it's violence in hip hop," hip hop is violent, and no, hip hop is not. Hip hop is a culture. Now you have violent genres of rap. You have gangster rap, hardcore rap. You have drill rap. But those are just the most popular genres of rap. That's not even 10% of hip hop. Hip hop is fashion, it's dance, it's grafting, it's rap, it's DJing. All of this stuff is not violent. As a matter of fact, without it, without it, is an argument that America's economy would be worse off without it. So, people tear hip hop down, but they profit off of it. Everybody. Even if you don't listen to it. And not only that, it's used in movies, TV, ads. Matter of fact, they even take the people out of it. They take the culture out of it, and they just take the rap and they put it in everything. So they use it how they want to use it. So what they do, they try to demonize the people who represent it, who created it, so they can take it like they do everything else. And this is happening right before my eyes. I've heard stories about how rock and roll, they took rock and roll, but I didn't see that with my own eyes. By the time I was born, rock and roll belonged to them. It had a whole different face. I thought it was always like that until, you know, certain people start getting voices and platforms to put out their stories and tell their stories and, put out history that people didn't know. And then you come to find out that even the Beatles were inspired by, Cadillac records and all of that, Little Richard. They say Elvis is the king. That's what I always thought. But it's not the truth. So the same thing is happening right before our eyes with hip hop. And people wonder why some people feel certain types of ways and fighting so hard and getting um, offended and because this happened before. I've heard it happen more than once, but that's what I heard. But now I'm seeing it happening right before my very eyes. 22 Ronin, salute. Bobby Ramos, salute. ABG in the building. And, you know, and people, a lot of other, a lot of people were a part of, hip hop. But everybody's fighting. Everybody's, history is being, changed right before our eyes. And at the end of the day, when we fight amongst each other and all that, we no side, both sides lose. All sides lose. They win because while we were creating it, they were copyrighting it, patenting it. They were staking claim to it. That's why now rappers are starting to buy their masters back, and you know, even the whole lingo, man. But these rappers is buying their masters and R&B singers, pop singers. But imagine back in the days of the old time, you know, artists and Temptations and all of these people. You think they got their publishing? People done prospered and lived. That's for life. People's children and their children done prospered off of people's intellectual property. Aaron, salute. Brooklyn Crook in the building. Because you got to remember, anything that you create, if you don't figure out a way to pass it down to your next generations and all that, it's going to go back to the government or whoever's in power. So at the end of the day, do we really own anything? Is anything really ours? Because anything we create and we profit off of and we make anything off of, we only getting a percent. you know? So as I said, man, I hope hopefully Boosie, Ralo, you know, if they don't settle their differences, hopefully, they'll prevent any violence or anything that put a bad image on hip hop. So that's what I'll say to them brothers, and all the rest of you brothers, man, keep all of that street, them street politics and all of that. Keep it off the social media, because when you mix it with the social media and the lyrics, it can be it could turn out to be a disaster. But salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Hopefully tomorrow.